Okay, running a bit late, but let's get started. Hello everyone, this is Arafellon playing Touhou 9 Phantasmagoria Flower View, and if you're used to the standard Touhous, this is a lot different. The very basic gameplay is the same, where you have your character at the bottom of the screen. Mostly you fly around, you shoot things. But instead of going through stages and fighting enemy spell cards and all that stuff, it's kind of a versus mode game. It's like a 1v1 Tetris Attack sort of thing with two players simultaneous and parallel screens. And in story mode, you go through fighting against various computer players. You have a wide variety of characters to select from. As you do more of the game, you unlock additional characters. Let's just get started. The story is something along the lines of, it's spring, but spring's out of control, the fairies are going nuts, there's flowers everywhere, even ones that shouldn't be blooming. Reimu starts out over the lake, and over the lake, of course, we find everyone's favorite ice fairy, Cherno. So, among other weird things, instead of firing continuously when you hold your shot button, you charge up special attacks. When you shoot down fairies, they make a little explosion that will kind of zap bullets nearby. And when you do your specials, they can put bullets on your enemy screen. That's where the icicles are coming from, or from Cherno. Yeah, that was what the focus mode does. When you go into focus mode, you get this little radius around you that affects those falling spirit things. Yeah, as you continue, you can get higher level charges. Higher level charges get you better, bigger and better spell cards. The highest level one puts basically a computer-controlled copy of you on your opponent's screen, which is what Cherno just did there. And she's out of health, so I win. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing half the time, other than trying not to get hit. Trying not to get hit is always a good idea, but beyond that... Anyway, here's Mistia Lorelei. She first appeared in Imperishable Night, as I recall. We get a remix of her theme with an extended cut, basically. She's tossing stuff at me, that's what those bullets are. I do like this music. Anyway, apparently there are two main philosophies as how to play this game. One is to try to not shoot too much so there aren't too many bullets. And the other is to just shoot constantly so that you're throwing more stuff at your opponent. But as with a lot of games of this type of gameplay, the more stuff you throw at your opponent, the more stuff they have to throw back at you, but also vice versa. Yeah, when you do your spells, they do a little shockwave around you that will wipe most bullets. And we're done. Not sure why it says dead parrot. It does that no matter who's losing, it's not just a bird thing, but the Japanese there is just make inu, which is literally losing dog, but it basically just means loser. Anyway, here's Lyrica Prism River. I think her part of the story is she's just going off to see how can she make it on her own. And as you can see, if you glance over at her screen, she also has this thing where she can fire shots behind herself. Actually, I'm not sure if Reimu has regular homing shots in this game. I think some of her spell cards have homing attacks, but you don't, as part of just your regular fire, get the homing shots. Actually, you don't really get power and options at all in this game. Here for the curving shots, which I always love. Yeah, I should be using my specials more liberally. Okay, there's another one down. So far, so good. They do get more difficult as you go along. There's another one of the weirdnesses of the way this game is set up is that in your typical Touhou game, your success is entirely based on what you do. If you can avoid shots and survive, you end up winning. In this, you need your opponent to get hit, and you don't necessarily have much control over that. So it feels more luck-based than is typical. Again, you can, of course, influence it by throwing stuff at them. But ultimately, especially with computer-controlled players, sometimes they'll just avoid ridiculously, and sometimes they'll run right into things. Sounds like she got hit. Yeah, the top middle of each screen is your health. And in story mode, the player character also has lives. I think that's at the left there. And I believe the bar at the bottom is your energy charge. And they take getting her in music for the first time. And I was almost out of health, but then she gets finished off. Talking about rabbit foots and how they're lucky. Reimu's wondering if she should take one with her. Doesn't seem terribly friendly in this context. Anyway, got another nice dark hallway. This looks like another, yeah, this would be Raisin. Another location from Imperishable Night. Aente, I think it's called. And the previous stage was the Bamboo Forest, which is outside of Aente. Okay, we've both gotten hit, but she's gotten hit worse. She's on her last hit, which likely means there's incoming bunny. And there we go. Apparently she doesn't know anything. I heard to call her doctor. That would be Aaron. Anyway, moving on. Episode 6. If this were a normal Touhou, there'd be 6 stages, but it's not. We don't even have stages as such. Reimu's saying at this point she feels like she needs to go someplace she normally wouldn't get close to. And suddenly Marissa. And really, neither one of them knows what's going on. I find Marissa's music in this to be weirdly monotonous, except for one change-up part in the middle. Right, her thing is lasers coming from the bottom of the screen mostly. And of course, stars. Marissa has always been about lasers and stars. Pretty sure you at least don't have to worry about Master Spark in this game. But things are getting more hectic. Yeah, the health is another good thing, because normally you're a one-hit wonder. But in this game, you can take several hits. Of course, so can your opponent. I'll throw a Reimu at her. There's Lily White. And this time I lose. I apparently ran in something. If you get a win, you advance to the next stage immediately. If you lose a life, but can try it again. And somehow I had a full charge still. Maybe that's a side effect of losing. Marissa's pretty spammy. Okay, there we go. And the next stage. I think there are 10 in total. Got a pond here. Maybe it does not often come up in the mountains like this. Yeah, ginger, not take a... Anyway, it's Shamimara. The Tengu journalist, I guess. Seems more like paparazzi sometimes, but this is her first introduction. I think she has more of a significant part in Mountain of Faith, which is game 10? Yes. With wind powers, getting weird wind bullet things coming at us. Here's her dragon class, which is the... Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how your energy charges, except that when you're on your last hit, you get level 4. And if you do a level 4 charge when the enemy's on your screen like that, it automatically clears it. And I think you get bonus points for that. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, if the spirits hit their energy field, or whatever that's called, they activate, which causes them to float up and makes them explode when you shoot them down, but if you don't shoot them down, then they turn into bullets and come at you. As I said, I feel like I really don't know what I'm doing in this game. She's down to her last hit, but so am I already. And yeah. I think the computer difficulty goes up as you get in the later stages, so they get better at dodging, tactics, whatever. There, return that at her. Yeah, you do occasionally get those, I think that was a B, which gives you extra charge. Just needed to dodge a little more there. And I'm out of lives, so if I die again, I'll need to continue, and I forget whether that affects the ending in this, but I think you do get continues. It's probably the usual thing where if you continue, you can't get the good ending. No, at least the music's good. Yeah, you get homing amulets in your attacks, but not in your own side attacks. Alright, just need to keep dodging and I should be fine this time. Not sure what that EX did. There. Finally beat her. Kakushitore, she's taking sneak photos, basically. Anyway. Tell me anything you know about the strangeness with the flowers. It's like, oh, the flowers. Just look at the flowers, you'll figure it out. Haven't you noticed anything strange besides the flowers? Anyway, she kind of has a feeling about it. And Aya's gut says, you're just about where you're going. Episode 8. I think this is the new character. Or one of the new characters. Yep, Komachi. The Lazy Reaper. Anyway, in addition to all the flowers and fairies and everything, there's a bunch of spirits of the dead floating around, which are the things that respond to that field. Apparently there's been a lot of them recently, and Komachi hasn't been doing her job, so they're lingering around, and that's what's causing all the weirdness. Old Japanese coins with the circle in the middle. That's kind of her signature thing. Something to do with how they're the dead are supposed to have them for something. I know there's some kind of thing that goes into that, but I forget what exactly it is. But I'm pretty sure it plays into some kind of tradition with funeral rites. Got spam on top of spam. Getting the spell card off helps. And I get hit. Alright. And you do get 3 continues, so... If you watch the computer players, they get really jittery when they're dodging. So I think as you get later into... Yeah, as the fight goes on longer, I think energy charges faster. So you tend to see more spell cards as it goes on, which makes it harder for both players to survive. Not quite sure what I did there. I think I might have got some kind of pickup that did an auto bomb. As I've said a few times, I feel like I don't really know what I'm doing in this game half the time. Ah. Walked right into another end coin. Yeah, I've mentioned I'm not especially good at Touhou games. I feel like that especially goes for this one. I really don't understand what's going on half the time. Yeah, the whole PvP concept is never really my thing. I should expect a dragon to come in soon. Okay. Finally got past her. Yeah, she's saying something about the boat and ferrying the spirits across. Anyway. Komachi's boss has arrived. And this will be the finals. Yep. Her boss showed up because the spirits haven't been ferried across the river like they're supposed to be, and here she is. The Reaper's boss. Lots of talking. Music that feels like it should be more epic, but being kind of forced into the style this game uses makes it not as much. I don't know, it just sounds like something's lacking in the solemnity, maybe? Those weird-looking bullets have something to do with law and order and judgment. And her character art, you can see she's holding one, although it doesn't glow weirdly like this. And on this stage we get Lily Black, which is apparently just Lily White cosplaying as the... I think her name was Shikieki or something like that. Yeah, I'm down to my last hit, and she hasn't even taken damage yet. Ah. Thought I could squeeze between those, but not quite. Yeah, using spells to counter spells seems to work pretty well. And I'm not exactly sure where the rainbow came from. I think there's some kind of pickup you can get that does the summon automatically. Or maybe it's score-based? There was a yellow G I missed there. I don't know what half the pickups in this game do, because it's not the conventional Touhou system. And it seems there was a PC 98 game that uses a similar system to this. Yeah. Just need to dodge a little more, and I could have unleashed the level 4. Like that. I'm not doing well, again. And didn't have enough energy to bomb. And I need to continue again. Maybe I should have played on easy. Again, I don't know what I'm doing, other than trying not to get hit and usually failing. Yeah, I feel like the tinniness, I could just say, of the percussion in this instrumentation, it takes away from the gravity of the music. I'm actually ahead. Sort of. And now I'm behind again. If I can avoid getting hit, I might stand a chance, but nope. Let's try playing a little more defensive. I've released that a little too early to clear out Lily's spam. Might have a chance this time. Or she'll just unleash another dragon immediately. And another one. Yeah. I have a level 4 in case I need to use that. Ah, finally. I feel like it's kind of luck-based sometimes. You do need to dodge well, but you can't force your opponent to take a hit. Flower thing up in the spring. Rainbow Shrine in spring. Flowers blooming as usual. Flowers across Genseki remain in bloom. And she just keeps sweeping, and there's no end to it. And there's Shiki and Komachi. Telling Grey Moon to stop slacking off. Anyway. And everyone starts drinking. Because that's usually how these things end. Well, that's an ending. I don't know if it counts as a good ending. I think it said there briefly, but I skipped through it too quickly. Yeah, Phantasmagoria Flower View, especially when you're used to the regular games, is weird. And yeah, that's not good enough to unlock extra. I didn't expect it to be. Results just show your scores. No spell cards as such. Yeah, and the extra stage music is... Well, I think extra stage is just the same thing, but with additional characters. Did I unlock anyone? No. It's showing little diagrams of the different specials everyone has. Yeah, I didn't see Sakuya and Yomu, but they are in this game. So are a few other characters we didn't see. There's a Poisonous Doll. There's a character from the PC98 years who's a flower yokai with an umbrella and apparently was the source of Marissa's Master Spark, but anyway. I think we'll wrap this up. That's it for Phantasmagoria Flower Review for now. This has been Herafelon. We're at the end of December, so that's it for Danmaku December for this year. I think I like the concept. I'm going to come back and do more of it next year, if not sooner. As I've said, I'm not particularly good at this style of game, but I do enjoy them. It's a nice change of pace. I think next week I'm going to try some cross keys and Link to the Past randomizer. I was hoping to see a festive special version, but there doesn't seem to be one of those here. But I've been watching some old tournament matches, and they've been into cross keys week, and should be interesting. Cross keys is where not only are the keys shuffled as in Key Sanity, but the entrances are all shuffled across worlds, hence cross keys. So that really messes with where you can find things with the logic of completions is. But anyway. Say goodbye to Touhou, enjoy your weekend, and a Happy New Year to everyone.